Hello, it's Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving, and welcome back for another budget grocery haul. I've seen a lot of other people talking about budget grocery hauls, and everyone defines it differently, but my budget, again, like I've said before, so I do a $475 monthly grocery budget for our family of 6. So it is a lower budget, and I'm not saying my budget should be your budget by any means. Everyone needs to set their own budget for their family, for what they eat and where they live, based on all of that. But I really do try to stick to a low budget. So my hauls do look very different than some others. I don't go through and buy the same things every week. I really try to shop the sales or occasionally do a once a month trip to Walmart to stock up on some of those priced basics there. Now, here's my tip before we get started. So I knew I was going to Kroger to pick up a couple deals and Walmart. I have a couple Walmarts that are about the same distance from the Kroger, so I was deciding where to go, and I had my list already on the app. Did you know that not all Walmarts are priced the same? Same is true of Aldi. Depending on the location, prices differ quite a bit. I had my list at the one Kroger at the one Walmart where I was going to go, and I had my total, and I then just switched stores, and my total jumped up like $8 for the exact same things just by going to a different Walmart. So obviously I went where it was cheaper. For example, like the bag of potatoes I got for $4.47 at the one Walmart. At the other Walmart it was $7. So if you haven't ever done that, it's super easy to check. Take your Walmart app, make a list of the things you normally buy or your next shopping trip that you're going to do at Walmart and the store you normally go to. Then just go up to the top and say change that store, and look how your total changes. You might be surprised at what you find. So there's one of my Walmart frugal shopping tips for you today. But let me turn you around now and show you what I got at Kroger and Walmart. All right, let me show you here what I got today at Walmart and Kroger. It's a full counter full. Some things are groceries, some are not. Some things are coming out of my grocery budgets, others are not. I will explain those as I go through the list. So let's start with Kroger. I went in for their 2 weekly deals. The palm olive dish soap, and it's the 20-ounce large bottles, were $1.49. When you clip the digital coupon, limit 5. So grabbed 5 of those. Dish soap doesn't go bad, so I'm putting that away. And then blueberries were $1.77 a pint, and they are huge. They look absolutely wonderful. My kids love blueberries. I grabbed 10 packages. We will eat a bunch this week, and then the others I'll wash and flash freeze and bag them up in 2-cup bags for baking. We just eat them. We also eat them frozen. I might actually go back before the sale is out and buy some more, just because that's such a good deal and I can freeze them for later. The sale just started, so it'll be good until the following Tuesday, depending on when you're watching it, if you want some blueberries. Also grabbed these large boxes of Frosted Flakes at my husband's request. They were on sale for $2.49. When you bought at least 3, part of that sale, it took $2 off a box. And I had a $5 gift card from Kellogg's. It was a bit of an issue coming off, but it did come off, so I got the cereal. If not, I was just going to avoid it. And then grabbed 2 bags of chips, the cheesy chips, and yes, we got into those for lunch already. I had a 40-cent off coupon for those, a digital coupon. And then 2 bags of Starbucks coffee. It's on sale for $6.99 this week at Kroger. If you know me, you know I do not drink coffee. I am a hot chocolate or a hot chai latte person in the winter, but I am doing some practical Christmas gifts with prices going up so much. I know coffee people are definitely coffee people, so I found out some varieties that people in my family enjoy, and I've been watching for sales, so I was excited to see this Starbucks deal this week. So for the groceries, not including the coffee, which comes out of my Christmas gift budget, at Kroger I spent $37.32 for everything pictured. And then we went to Walmart, just picked up a couple things that I knew I was needing. I actually went there because, and I'll go ahead and I'll start over there with the non-food things here. I went there because I needed to pick up some underwear for my daughter and some pants for my son, just an extra pair of pants. Those were $5. Underwear was $5. I had a gift card, so I bought this cute pumpkin. It was $13, but super cute. I have collect pumpkins. So I added that to our decor. And they had a ton of clearance. So I actually browsed through and I found these summer nightgowns were down to $2. And I bought them for my daughters. So I bought one for each of them for the summer. I'll pack them away. And school supplies were all clearance. So I got a book cover for 75 cents. I know that's on the school supply list for my daughter this upcoming year. And then these are the Walmart shoes, nothing fancy, but they were clearance down to $7. And I've been wearing a pair and they suit me just fine. I don't do anything strenuous, just walking around. So I went ahead and grabbed 2 more pairs while I was there. That's a great way to save money. Like if you find a good deal, especially on shoes or things you know you're going to need, shoes, underwear, any of those type of things, grab them, put them away in a closet. You will save yourself money, especially with inflation going up the way it is. So now let's look at groceries at Walmart. We'll start right here. I went ahead and bought some Jiffy Cornbread mix. It's up to 60 cents a box. That is the cheap cornbread I serve when it's just my son who really likes it, and we just do that for a quick family meal. But if we want good cornbread, I buy this one, the Fleischmann's, delicious, best cornbread ever. So I picked up 1 more box of that for our stash. Oops, there went a shoe. And picked up the 10-pound bag of potatoes for $4.47 at this Walmart. And then I did the Ibotta deal. I don't know if you've done this or have seen this. I don't typically do Ibotta. I prefer Fetch, but my sister reminded me of this, so I went ahead and picked it up. It was if you spend $15 on the Light and Fit yogurt, you get $10 off. So these yogurts are $1.12 each, which means you need to buy 14, and then you get $10 off. So instead of being $1.12, you know, you figure you're taking them down to under 40 cents a cup, which I can definitely pay that for a treat. So grab a variety of them there. And I already cashed it in on Ibotta there. If you don't have Ibotta, I'll leave a link to that as well as Fetch in the description below. And then I mentioned last week to start thinking ahead to the holidays. So that was one of the main reasons I went to Walmart as well. In addition to needing those pants and underwear, I was grabbing some baking things that I knew were cheaper there. I grabbed corn syrup, which I need for a homemade caramel corn that I make every year. I needed more molasses to do gingerbread cookies. It is G week in homeschool with my preschool daughter, and so we're gonna make a gingerbread man later. And then I always make Buckeyes. That's what our family loves to make and is known for. So I picked up 4 bags of powdered sugar to go ahead and set that aside. And then the Ghirardelli's is actually for the Buckeyes. I like to dip it in that. It melts really, really well. This was the big bag, which was $5.98, so it works out to $3 for a smaller bag, which isn't terrible. As good as these are, I cook with Nestle and the big bags at Sam's because it's $1.67 a bag. But for dipping my Buckeyes, I do buy Ghirardelli's. Went ahead and grabbed a bag of those. Grabbed 2 bags of the peanut butter chips at $2.50 for peanut clusters, which I know I will make. So those were all baking things. Thinking ahead before the holidays hit, just going ahead and trying to make sure I'm stocked on those things. These were clearanced or marked down to $1.50, these stuffed marshmallows. I thought those would be fun for the next time we have a fire in our backyard. Picked up eggs while I was there, some bananas, bread. I bake our own bread, but I use the cheap store-bought bread to make Uncrustables sometimes as a treat for my kids. They like that, so grabbed a loaf. Hamburger buns, both of those were $1. And then this was the only bag of hash brown potatoes of any kind in the Walmart section. The potatoes, again, were pretty picked over. I always do potato casserole around the holidays or just for a Sunday lunch, so grabbed a bag of that to stick in the freezer. So for everything you see on Walmart here, not counting any of the clothes or gifts or anything, but just for the groceries, it was $60.62. But for tally purposes, I'm going to go ahead and subtract the $10 from Ibotta, even though I'm not cashing it out quite yet. Some people like to let it accumulate and do that, or some subtract it as they go along. I typically go ahead and subtract it as I go along and then just put it right back into my budget when I cash out. So yes, so at Walmart then, if you subtract that $10, it was $50.62 for everything you see on the counter. And I feel pretty good about that. So the whole trip this week, and then I did do one more trip, which you don't see here on the counter, but I ran to Fresh Time and they had ground beef for $2.99. So I picked up 14 more pounds of ground beef and spent $42.16 at Fresh Time. So let's talk about totals and where this leaves me for this month. All right, there you have it. That was a lot of groceries and a lot of deals, but I feel really good about the deals I got, as well as the low price things I stocked up on for the holidays, getting ahead of the game. So far in October, I have spent $206.06 out of my monthly $475 budget. It's almost halfway through the month, and I've spent less than half my budget, so I feel very good about that. Here's a couple things for you to think about as you're going about your grocery shopping. One, go ahead and make sure you check your local Walmarts and your Aldi's. Compare those prices and find out which one is the cheapest near you. It really does make a difference, especially if you're shopping at those stores regularly. Two, as you are shopping, look at the sales and start thinking about doing some practical Christmas shopping. I think with inflation being what it is and prices going up, some people will really appreciate those practical gifts that they know they're going to use, like coffee or something else that you know they'll need. So that might be something to consider. And third point, go ahead and start thinking through your holiday list of meals or treats and things you know you're making, and go ahead and watch for sales, or go ahead and just stock up on it. The shelves are empty, or there are gaps, especially if you need hash browns for anything or potatoes. Definitely go ahead and buy those when you can find them. But those are all important things to consider. I'd love to know what baking or holiday ingredients you are stocking up on in the comments. I will leave links to some of those of our favorite recipes in the description if you want to check out some of those recipes. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this budget grocery haul. If you liked it, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more budget grocery hauls in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.